Cause this shit bigger than me. Cause this shit bigger than me. Nah, for real. Let's get it.
All right, everybody. Glad we are here. It is Saturday, early afternoon, around 1 o'clock my time, Eastern time. Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Got a special guest coming in, a brother I met through my brother DB, Saia Motor Freight. And I'm going to be bringing him up in a minute here. Just want to welcome everybody to the Official Business Podcast, where we talk that talk, and it always ain't agreeable. But guess what? We love you anyway. So without further ado, I want to bring this brother on, Mr. Kenzo Chapman from Saia Motor Freight out of Hagerstown, Maryland. And yeah, we're going to have us a little talky talk today, right? We're going to see what's going on with him and see what opportunities Saia Motor Freight has to offer right now. All right. Hey, my brother, how are you, Mr. Kenzo? How are you?
Theo, how you doing, man? Great to
Oh
be here.
man, I'm
Great to be
I'm
here.
all good, man. No complaints, no complaints. I never do complain, man, because you know what? I figure can't nobody solve my problems but me because I created them. You see, what I'm saying?
Right?
If I created them, can't nobody solve them, right? So
Yes, sir.
that's how we rocking and rolling today. But
All
like I
right.
said, brother, I wanted to bring you on, and let me just mute my phone here because sometimes I'm be going live. People are texting, so I need to get this on quiet mode so
I'm
we are
feeling
not.
all your background,
Yeah,
man.
so we're not being disturbed. You
Yeah.
know.
Take your
Yeah,
time, man. I'm just in
yeah.
all your background.
Yeah, I'm just gonna face it towards me. Therefore, somebody text me or call me, I can see what's going on. Sometimes, um, we'll be going, and guess what? They can't hear me, and fortunately, everybody knows it's always me and OB. Hopefully, my brother will be on a little later on today if he can. Hopefully, he can bless us for a minute or two. But if not, hey, I'm driving this ship today. So, my man, Saia Motor Freight, give us the layout to that journey that got you to Saia. You know, what did you start off as a OTR driver? Did you have you always been local? What made you get into the whole CDL commercial driver license industry that we're all in for ever at this point?
Okay. Well, since you opened up that can of worms, I'm gonna take you back.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna take you back. So, wow. I moved to Maryland in 1989 at the age of 18, straight out of
Hmm.
high school. Um, my first real job, I was a cable dispatcher at the age of 18. Office atmosphere, didn't really like it. Wasn't my thing, but I love the technology side. So
Hmm.
fast forward about a year in, I get into the warehouse where
Okay.
I'm in this atmosphere of flatbed trucks coming in, straight trucks coming in, different delivery companies coming in, and I'm the guy that's unloading these trucks and checking everybody in.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, all right, this is action. This is action.
Yeah.
So I did that for a while, and then I was getting recognized through other guys within the company in different departments. And it was like, hey man, we see how you handle yourself. You're a fast learner. Once you come out here in the field, and we need some installers and service techs to take care of the customers.
Gotcha.
So I took them up on that offer. Uh, got promoted within. I became an installer for about a year there, and then a service tech for about a year there. And then 2 years went by. I applied for a Federal Express position down at Dulles Airport, aka IED, in 1993, loading airplanes.
Okay. Now we're telling your age. Never go ahead.
Yes, sir, man. I'm going way back now because I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you the real. So at this time, I'm 23 years old, um, looking at the side of the airplanes pertaining to the trucks because I'm still intrigued with this truck thing.
Correct.
So Federal Express hired me, and during that time, I'm working full-time cable guy, Monday through Friday,
Hmm.
part-time Federal Express handler at nights, loading the airplanes at the airport,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
working two jobs. Fast forward about 10 months later, on a Sunday, a young lady by the name of Janice Reynolds, she was a PM manager at the airport for Federal Express, called me and said, I am offering you a position for a Class A driver for Federal Express do you want to accept the opportunity to go to a 3-week training class in Dulles Airport?
Mm-hmm.
At the time, Theo, I was like, sure, I don't have nothing to lose, to be
Well,
honest.
they paying for it, so
Be
why not?
paying for it.
Extra, right?
And the one thing that sold me, she said, well, we're gonna give you an extra, I forgot how much it was, but it was a nice bump in pay,
Correct.
almost $6 increase.
Wow.
Right. So I said, well, you know what? Hell, I'm winning already. So
Mm.
I get the training for 3 weeks, passed the test, did everything, went to the DMV out in Herndon, Virginia, got my Class
Okay.
A license in July of '94. And from since then, I rocked around. I rocked with FedEx for about 4.5 years to 5 years, and loved it. But I was getting burnt out with the
Correct.
split shifts,
Mm-hmm.
working nights, working days, working nights, working days, because I was a shuttle driver.
Yeah.
And then I was always networking with different companies, different
Okay.
guys, the post office, the Giant Foods, the Safeways. So I always kept, another avenue just in case, I wanted some daytime hours. So
Correct.
I got introduced to LTL from a couple of guys that was doing it. Didn't jump in it right away because I went to the groceries, hauling groceries for Aldi Foods. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you heard of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yep.
they're big now. All these
Yep.
is everywhere now. Yeah.
So I did the reefer trailers for a while, almost 7 years, working nights.
Mm-hmm.
So then I said, okay, I've been working nights here just about half of my working life.
Yeah.
So let me get some of this daylight. And the daylight hours really something different for me. And that's
Correct.
when I got a little frustrated because I was working nights. My kids were getting, older, and I said, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do something different. So got into the little trucking gigs with the mom and pop companies.
Mm-hmm.
They were paying me good, but it wasn't the pay that I was used to making back then. So
Correct. So you actually, when you came into trucking, you actually took a pay cut.
no, no.
Okay.
So the cable company was only paying me about $10 an hour.
Yeah, but that was good money back then, though.
Yeah, man. But my worth, because I was comparing my salary to back then it was called Bell Atlantic. Now they're called
Correct.
Verizon.
Yes.
So those Verizon guys were making 23, 24 an hour back then.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, man. It's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
those cable guys, they
Yeah.
really make some money, right?
It was,
And like I've got a young kid I know here in Connecticut, and we're gonna try to get him on the show pretty soon. And he's getting ready to go work for Maine Waterworks, and
okay.
man, they're paying $60 an hour to start.
Woo. That's life-changing money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That's
mean,
life-changing money.
man, what you talking about? 90% of your work is underground.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's some real money. And
Mm.
and when you said the $10 an hour, I thought I was doing something in '95 driving concrete trucks for $8.25 an hour. You could
Right.
I thought I hit the lottery, man. Every Wednesday I had 40 hours. When I went home, it was overtime after 40. So
Right.
I thought I hit the lottery at 8.25 an hour. I went and brought a brand new Honda Civic. I had my car, I had
Mm.
my place. Man, you couldn't tell me I wasn't balling out of control.
Right.
8.25 an hour. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. I was busting my butt working 80, 90 hours a week because that was good money
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
for that time frame. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but you
Absolutely.
just made me think about that. So I had to throw that
Yeah.
in there. But go ahead, brother. Mhm.
Yeah. So fast forward, we got into the mid 2000s, and the economy took a shift between 2006, 2008, where
Correct.
we were, stuff was acting a little crazy. So I started
Mhm.
looking to working days, and I couldn't figure it out. Like if I wanted to go uh, uh, stay with the reefer side, dealing with groceries, or do
Mhm.
the dry van work pertaining to containers. Because I seen a lot of guys in the DMV hauling containers.
Correct.
And I was like, all right. So I said, well, let me just wait. Let me just wait. So long story short, I came across a brother that I used to run with at Federal Express. Now the name was converted from Federal Express to FedEx Freight.
Mhm.
And I said, man, Federal Express went from FedEx Express to now they got different trucking companies under that umbrella, now you got a outside department called FedEx Freight.
Correct.
So he said, "What I'm doing this LTL thing, man." He said, "You might want to look into it." I said, "Well, all right." So I looked into it. I said, "Okay, my timing isn't right now. So I don't want to do the LTL thing because I'm making good money, doing a mom and
Yeah.
pop thing." So,
Now was the mom and pop benefits?
well, it was fast money.
Okay. Okay. All
And
right. I
what I mean
get
by
you.
fast money, I was getting paid legally. I mean, everything's legit, W-2 and all that. But
Mhm.
it was like it was only three of us driving. One was a manager, and the other guy was part-time weekends. So I
Okay.
was running 6 days a week, 60 hours a day.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
they was giving me the freedom to, hey, whenever you get to work, you get to work. And when you get tired, you can go home.
Correct.
Long as you stay legal.
Yeah.
And, we did the logs and all that. And it was easy work, And long story short, that money, it was like every week my paycheck was getting bigger and bigger. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I ain't complaining because I know how much I'm making. But it was
Correct.
like every week, it was like, hey, you did good. We decided to give you a little bonus, this and that. We want to keep you here. And I said, okay, great. So we did that for a while. And life caught up to me, of course, kids getting older. I made a transition to just taking a break from the truck, just for a mental
Mhm.
break for a while. I did like a little six months to a year break. Um, try to sell life insurance.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I still have my license current, and I was working with a temp agency out of Jessup, Maryland, hauling giant food on the weekends, groceries on the weekends. So fast forward, I said, okay, I got to get back in the truck, got into the LTL, went to R&L carriers, And when I say they broke me in, I broke them in. I had all of the Martinsburg, Virginia, Harpers Ferry, all that territory. I was averaging about 23 stops a day, including pickups. And I was to the point where I guess my managers knew that I was pretty fast and pretty quick and pretty sufficient. They kept me on that route, and I fell in love with it ever since then. Um, I kept networking up until I got to Saia. Saia
Yeah.
was paying more money. I joined Saia in 2020,
Okay.
first of the year, out in Carlisle, PA. That's where I started at. That was my domicile.
Okay.
So I had an hour commute every day from my doorstep to their doorstep. And Hagerstown, Maryland terminal opened up in June of 2021
Correct.
because Saia is growing like they're growing like wildfire. They
Yeah,
opened up.
and I think that was during the time they started moving up. That was right
Yep.
when New England Motor Freight went out, who
Mm-hmm.
was Sire's carrier up here. There was their Northeast carrier,
Exactly.
and
Yep.
so and the crazy part is when New England Motor Freight went out, Sire offered to buy them. They was like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
you know how that go when these companies do their bankruptcy thing.
Yep.
So, but it's interesting. So it sounds like to me we've actually traveled somewhat the same path with companies. Now you said
Mm-hmm.
R&L carriers.
Mm-hmm.
I work for R&L carriers 20 I would say about 21 years ago. 23 now. Maybe
Okay.
about 22. I had man, my mind is gone. It's been about 22, and then I went to Watkins. So we
Okay.
we we share that LTL experience, even
Yep.
though most of mine was line haul. I did do a little P&D. I like to get out there and shake the tail pups on the double. So that was my thing, right?
Right. Right.
So and of course, you with FedEx Freight, and I think you might have came in right when they brought out Watkins,
Yep.
if my memory's correct. Yeah, and I have
Watkins and
worked for.
Viking.
There you go. And I remember when they brought out Viking, then they brought Spartan, then they
Mm-hmm.
brought AF,
Yep.
then they brought out Watkins because I was there when they brought out Watkins.
Yep.
And listen, younger Theo said rules are meant to be broken, right? So I couldn't work with a company like that because they had too many rules, and I'm always willing to break a rule. So
Mm-hmm.
I understood it was not going to work for me working there. But salute to those that stayed. Hopefully, those brothers are happy and everything. I know The trucks ran a little faster once FedEx got in there because if you ran a
Yeah,
regular Watkins truck, man,
they were slow.
before we was going to California 58 miles per hour
Right.
hard in the paint with a set of doubles.
Yep.
So, but you was there for the check, not the speed.
Exactly.
When it comes to LTL, you're there for the check, not how fast the truck goes.
Absolutely.
So I think that's something people got to think about when they're doing it. So you make this transition and you get on with Saia
Hmm.
and you say, you know what, I'm liking this. They open up a terminal in Hagerstown. Hey, let's go. Now, when they open up the terminal in Hagerstown, did that make you uh, for seniority? Like maybe number one guy because you're transferring in, or how did they do that?
Yep. I was the number one guy for seniority.
Oh, see, I wouldn't want to work there with you. Now, give me that run. You ain't doing that. That's my style. You see?
Well, there's a backstory to that also. But let's just say I I how can I say this? Because I don't want my coworkers to get in their feelings.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm a team player and I say, hey, we all here to work. That seniority thing is a number. I said,
Mm,
because none of y'all can outshine me,
there you go.
because I always
There
had a
you go.
chip on my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm
You
kind
know,
of the same way with
yeah.
that, man.
I said that the old man can outwork everybody, period.
There you go. Well, the older you get, the smarter you get. So you really know
Absolutely.
how to work.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? You understand calling dispatch. Hey man, this needs a lift gate. I'm not pulling this pallet off. So it's
Yep.
just certain tricks to the trade you
Yes,
start
sir.
learning the older you get. You
Yes, sir.
realize your back is not a 21-year-old back anymore.
Oh
So
no.
you,
Oh
you,
no.
you can't do all
Yeah.
that. Okay, so you make the transition to Sire, right?
Hmm.
So now we're at Sire Motor Freight. What did Sire offer you that was the selling point to come in the door? Yeah. And of course, your money's not going to be the same from back then. But, benefits wise, the money, the scheduling, what was it that you seen where you say, you know what, I want to kind of come here and, maybe take a seat for a while
Yeah.
versus company to company to company?
Well, they sold me on the growth aspect.
Hmm.
During the interview, they said they was going to open five up to 3 to 5 terminals per week nationwide. There's
Correct.
room for growth. So in my mindset, when everybody said there's room for growth, that means there's room to grow your finances also.
Correct.
Because
Correct.
if the company's growing, that means my paycheck is going to grow with the company. I'm just using common sense.
That's right.
So that was the thing that sold me. Second was that the LTL, I love dealing with the customer driver relationship. And I just love that aspect where I can still be myself, but yet be a professional truck driver and
Hmm.
sort of network on my route, meaning, call the customer and say, hey, man, I'm running a little late. I don't know what time you guys leaving out for lunch or whatever, but hey, just I'm going to leave your freight over here. Paperwork's going to be right there. If you got any problems, call me back on my cell. That,
Correct.
that's how I like to get down because I was never an office guy. I couldn't do the going in the office looking at everybody. I'd rather just be me, do me in the day cab, with the music in the background or whatever the case may be. And I said, I just
Hmm.
needed my freedom. And plus, they gave me the time and the flexibility where if the hours were there to take advantage of, I can make some money. When the work was slow, if I want to take a break, come home and do the DIY project, I had that flexibility to do that as well.
Correct. Gotcha.
So,
And I think that's one of the keys to it, man. That flexibility means a lot,
hmm,
uh, especially the older you get
yep,
and when you're trying to set things in stone, right? It's good to have that flexibility
yep.
and everything. And it sounds like, hey, they had it. Now, what would a guy it's one thing about when you do these videos, everybody want to know the money, right? And
Absolutely
and I always say, and my brother DB always say is, your region, location. Every region's not going to pay the same. You,
true.
you you know what I mean? They're
True.
just not. And a lot of times they're all by $1.52 an hour, just to what cost of living. So someone coming into Saia Motor Freight, given you would be what I think would be considered the Northeast region, even though
Yes,
you're like, okay, because technically you're like 5 miles south of the Mason Dixon line. But
absolutely.
yeah, so
Yep.
you will still be considered
Well, I'm sorry, Theo.
Northeast.
Let me
Mhm.
correct you on that. So they did some shuffling around with the regions. I think we're classified as a mid-Atlantic region now.
Oh,
Right. So I got to be
okay.
careful with that. I don't want to
Okay.
say we still in the Northeast, because I think we're part of Charlotte, North Carolina, and
West Virginia, I'm assuming.
West Virginia and
Correct.
Baltimore, Maryland, the
Yeah,
mid-Atlantic region.
yeah.
Yep.
They created that. You're right. You're right.
Yep. I
So,
think the Northwest region starts in Carlisle, PA now.
oh,
Yeah.
wow. Now, where would the Northeast region start from?
So Northeastern region start from area-wise. It starts from Carlisle. It goes all up through Jersey, Philly, Delaware, Buffalo, Syracuse,
Okay.
all the way up.
Yeah, Connecticut, my state,
Connecticut.
Mass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
big
Okay.
state.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Got you. So, guy coming in and I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm a line haul guy.
Yes, sir.
And I talked to a couple of people that do run line haul, of course, out of my state.
Mhm.
And, they say, hey, man, it's 100K a year job,
Mhm.
but that don't mean you're going to get it at every terminal. It just depends on where you're at. But
Yep.
on the average, one guy told me most line haul drivers make between $90,000 to $130,000 a year. So it
Facts.
just depends on how you're going to run, right? You can't. But just coming in the door, what would they expect for his benefits, days off, pay? Now, is there a pay versed on driving experience? Do they say, okay, let's say hypothetical, the pay starts at, I'm just going to use the number, $30 an hour,
Mhm.
but you got over 10 years experience? Would that bump that up between
Oh,
31 to 32?
you're gonna be if you got more than 18 months of experience, whether it be LTL City or LTL Line Haul, Saia is going to max you out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
for example, if I was Billy Bob, 5 years experience in the LTL, and I got hired at Saia, I'm going to be making the same pay as a senior guy that's been there for 5 years.
Wow. Now
Right.
man, I'll be flipping tables over at that point. I done put my
Well,
time in, and this guy come in with 18 months,
yeah,
and he at top pay,
yeah,
and I was here driving when the equipment wasn't good. You know what I mean? You know how that goes.
yep, yep.
Oh man, that's crazy. So 18 months. Now that's LTL experience 18 months though, right?
Correct,
Or just
correct.
trucking. Okay.
LTL, you have to have, so whatever you're applying for at Saia, it has to match up with your previous
Correct.
work history.
Correct.
So
Correct.
if you put
Now,
down 3 years or
mhm,
LTL City, then okay, you look
got
good.
you. Got you. Now, if you just came in as a driver who's been driving 18 months to 36 months, then you just come, if you're hired, you're coming in at the bottom pay scale.
Well, so let me say this, because I don't want to.
Yeah, because it gets kind of tricky
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
a little complicated, and I don't want to lie
Hmm.
and start anything. So
Correct.
it all depends on the interviewer, whoever
Mm,
interviews. Not saying you can negotiate your salary, but there is a range. There's a sweet spot. You won't be at
correct.
the bottom. You won't be at the top. You be right there somewhere in the middle. I'm thinking.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got you.
So they're
I
not
got
going to
you.
bring you in at dirt bottom,
Yeah.
but they're not going to bring you at the max. So so it's like a
Mm,
sweet spot
correct.
to bring you
So,
in at.
as a P&D guy,
Mhm.
um, coming in the door locally, is there overtime?
Yes,
Okay, there
yes,
is overtime. All right,
yes. Not
gotcha.
all the time.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, yes,
Yeah, and I know with LTL is based on terminal, right? The
correct.
area, but it is overtime, and overtime is after 40 or 45.
After 45.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, look, the older you get, you don't want to work but 50 hours anyway. I,
absolutely.
I barely want to do 9, so I'm
Yep,
not even gonna sit up here in front. Okay,
absolutely.
so we're coming in, we get interviewed. Of course, we're gonna need our hazmat,
Mhm,
TWIC, triples and doubles. Even though we're P&D, they're gonna probably require you have the doubles just in case you may have to go pick up a volume stop. And there's 2 pup trailers. I'm assuming
mhm.
if you guys do it like that. So, all right. So coming in the door, what benefits are we looking at for this guy coming in? He's got his 18 months, he gets qualified. What would his starting rate of pay expect to be? What off day? I'm not going to ask the off days. That doesn't matter. What
Mhm.
kind of PTO time and vacation time, 401k? Because that's when everybody really, we start getting into it. And once you give a dollar amount, everybody wants to know,
Right.
okay,
Understandable.
Now, give me the good, right? Give me the good,
Yeah.
because I always say the older we get, and I know me, the older I get, I want better benefit. The money's gonna come if I'm
Mm-hmm.
willing to work, So I kind
Mm-hmm.
of keep that philosophy in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
So coming in the door, of course, we all have a probation period. So the
mhm,
first 90 days, you're not going to get anything. Uh,
mm,
after 90 days, I think you get 3 PTO days, 3 personal days.
okay,
It's based on the hours of you work, meaning as long as you do 40 across the board for those 90 days, you qualify for 3 days. Uh, I think because that's another gray area too, because they I know one guy said that he didn't get some days or his hours, but another guy said he got all his hours. So I don't know, but that's
okay,
how they treated me.
yeah, yeah,
90 some days, 100 days, and I had some days I could use to take off. Uh,
correct, correct.
after your 1 year anniversary, after your 1 year anniversary, you get 1 week of vacation, 40 hours,
Hmm.
and 1 week of personal days. So you get 40 vacation, 40 personal after
Whoa,
1 year.
so that's technically 2 weeks.
2 weeks, right?
Yeah,
Your
you know what
second
I'm saying?
year,
Hmm.
your second year, you get 2 weeks of vacation and 5 personal days. And that continues all the way up to year 5, where I think year 5, you get 3 weeks of vacation and 5 personal days.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's not bad because even though they give you a lot of personal days,
Hmm.
it matches up with those vacation days. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing in my eyes, if you ask me.
Correct, correct. The way I guess they say, well, you can take the 1 week continuously, and the personal days you take it
Hmm.
separate, right? And,
Hmm.
and I mean that's not bad, because when you think about it, by your 5th year, you're sitting on 4 weeks.
Hmm.
That's not including holidays.
And the trick
Hmm.
to it, on your vacation, you can roll some of those days over each year.
Oh,
Right. Like,
now now I'm gonna say something about that. Last year, it was about December, and the guy says, "Hey, listen, you got 40 hours of sick time. You got to take off." And I said, "Well, you don't just let me sell it. Nope. You use it or lose it."
mm,
So I had to take 40 hours at the end of the week off,
hmm,
right? But here's one good thing. Years ago, my mom used to work for AFES, and she worked over 30 years. And I don't think she ever took a sick day. She has so many days that rolled over. When she retired, they owed her, I think she told me it was 13 months worth of checks,
whoa,
because she never took any of those time.
whoa,
All them days kept rolling over and over and over that she never took. And so it made me think about what you're saying there. You don't take it and it rolls over.
yeah,
I mean, some people don't go on vacation. Some
yeah,
guys, the younger guys, hey man, I'm working my 5 days. I ain't got no reason to be off, right?
right,
So it really can benefit them.
yeah. Now,
So,
they will
mhm.
take those personal days, but your vacation days, I think you can transfer. I'm gonna say right now 3 days because I got to verify with my HR department because I'm gonna be one of those guys that's gonna roll some time over. I think you hit. There you go. You unmuted.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. I was drinking some. Whenever I'm
okay.
drinking, I try to mute
Oh,
myself so
okay.
you don't hear me sound like a big gulp. Well, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. I'm with you. I'm with
Yeah.
you. Yeah. But the
Okay.
vacation stuff is sweet, man. I mean, the personal days, vacation. I don't have anything negative to say about this company, man, because it's on the up and up. You
Correct.
know,
Correct.
competition is out there, and we still out there with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it's
Now
all about.
what about so we went over the vacation pay and sick days. So that's always a perk that they got there. I would say that. Now,
Mhm.
what about their 401k? Do they do profit sharing or anything like that? And just before you answer, let me say this. If those that are looking for a strong company, I am not, I don't work for Saia, but I will say this. Saia's stock price
Out
is
there.
over $500. If a company stock price is over 500, I think it's about 554,
Yep.
they're doing very well.
Yep.
So don't get it twisted now. Just because you ain't got a sleeper back there and you ain't got a twin screw, and it may not be a 48 with a lift gate, $500 plus
Yep.
dollars. one stock price.
Yep.
That's what Saia is on the exchange for right now. So
Yep.
that, that lets you know they're a pretty healthy company. Now
Yep.
you go. I just had to throw that in, for some,
And
'cause
it's
we got
funny.
some listeners like to invest.
And it's funny you say. I didn't mean to cut you off. I had to change my mindset with Saia because I'm used to working for a trucking company. I don't look at Saia as a trucking company. I look at Saia as a corporation that is working with different companies, and they have that trucking side to make a profit. Because whenever you look at a trucking company, that stock number is up there, that price is up there.
Correct.
They doing something right, man. That's a corporation.
Yeah, one, it shows the healthiness of the company.
Yeah,
I mean, there's an old way of saying, how can you tell a company is healthy, right?
yeah.
And well, simple. Pull up the CSA
Mhm,
score.
mhm.
That's one way. If you got a
Yep.
lot of violations, it's probably possible the company's not doing too good. But when you see that stock price, I was like,
Mhm,
man, I mean, they're up there.
mhm.
And I want to say this as somebody who lives in Connecticut and knows a lot of guys work for LTL. Saia and Old Dominion are
Mhm,
seriously competitors of
mhm.
this Northeast area. And I can't speak
Yep.
for any other area, but they are serious competitors.
That's
And their
facts.
stock price is it's
Yep.
like they're boxing, right?
Yep.
So these are healthy companies. But get back to Saia. I just had to throw that in there so people can think about
You're right.
what kind of company this is. And so we understand it's a very healthy company.
Mhm.
Now, are they looking to open up more terminals here in the near future?
Yes.
They are. They are.
Yes. They
Okay.
just
Okay.
opened up 2 last month. Well, this month, I'm sorry. I think one was in Oklahoma. Both of them are out Midwest.
Hmm.
The company's moving so fast, I can't keep up with it no more.
Correct.
The
Because I
main
know.
goal is, I think
Yeah.
they're
Go ahead.
trying to open up 5 terminals per year. More.
Mm.
That's what we were last told.
Wow.
5 per year.
Wow. Wow.
So
Yeah. Because I know I was kind of reading that it was trying to do close to, I
yeah.
think, 14 by 2025.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
that's a lot of terminals, and
Mhm.
they did just add some doors. So somebody's in Dallas, Fort Worth area, they did add some doors there,
Mhm.
and I want to say shout out to Saia because they actually delivered a couple of crates to the shop for Daryl.
Okay.
We actually had a picture of it and everything with Saia trucks there, and he's bringing stuff in at the same time. The Saia
Mhm.
truck is backed up to his dock.
Mhm.
So shout out to them. The guy was very professional. Price point LTL size was perfect. Nobody could beat their price at that point. So now we got a good question here.
Okay.
Health
Yeah.
benefits. How long does it take for that to kick in?
It's after 91 days. You
Hmm.
can fill out your paperwork. Of course, enrollment doesn't kick in to the first of the year. Like, for example, if you get hired, um, we in April now. You got up until April, May to June, July. After July, you're eligible for benefits. But then enrollment starts in October. So the benefits is sort of like you fill out your paperwork after 91 days, but then depending on what time you get hired, you got enrollment to get everything in the system as an employee for your family, yourself, and yeah. But usually after 91 to 100 days, it kicks.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, is it the way it was? And this was years ago. Now, I don't work for Side. That's why I'm asking. I remember years ago, if it was just you, I think it was just about free. Um, and of course, if you got a family, it's going to be a little bit different, right?
Hmm.
So, and I know you can't say, well, this is what you're going to pay, but with all the companies you work for, do you find that the health insurance is compatible or better?
Oh, it's very good. For
Hmm.
example, after 7 years, you get all your health benefits for free. You and your family. After 7 years. After
Whoa.
7 years of service, your health benefits are free.
Okay. Okay. If those who didn't hear what he just said, and hypothetical, let's say you're in your late 20s, mid 30s, you're not married yet, and you go to Saia Motor Freight and you put in 7 years, now you got a wife with a baby on the way. The health insurance is free. Am I correct?
Correct.
Wow.
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I've been there for 4 years.
yeah.
So
I mean, that right there, that's literally paying you for your service of longevity, right? And
absolutely.
when you start talking about healthcare, man, depending on who you work for, I've known people that are paying over 6,500 a year for
Mm-hmm.
healthcare. So you're
Mm-hmm.
telling me I get that 6,500 a year back after my 7th year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's really good. I remember when I worked at Watkins, it was, I think it was free after the first year.
Okay.
First year was free. Yeah,
Okay.
after your 12th month, your health insurance is free, no matter how many people were on it.
Yeah.
But it was very expensive those first 12 months. I'm not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
mean, I had me and my daughter, and I think I was at and we're talking over 20 years. I was like 389 a month,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So that was a pretty hard hit.
Yeah. I mean,
So
for a single
mhm,
guy, I throw it out there for a single guy, just general insurance, health, dental, vision.
mhm.
It's gonna range between $30 to $35 a week.
What? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
That's dental and health?
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was paying. I upped
Wow.
mines here last year. I added some other stuff because they got more perks with it, with the critical illness,
Mhm.
the supplemental insurance, the other little odds and ends that I added to my policy because
Correct.
it was cheap.
Correct.
Like the life, the disability, the group term. I'm paying
Mm.
pennies on a dollar. I said, well, heck, I can afford $1.82 a week.
Yeah, yeah, literally, right? That's good. I got you. Hey, well, what and you'll be surprised how many people would turn that down.
Right.
You'll be surprised, right? For
Um,
$1.82. Now, let me ask you this because it's a good question. Uh, what is the minimum driving experience that Sire would hire a person with?
they,
I don't. Mhm.
they're looking for 18 months, but depending on the location, because some locations have the dock to driver, meaning you can come in as a dock worker, um, drive the forklifts, and go to the
Mhm.
Saia school, the Class A training school at some facilities, and you can get hired as a Class A driver as long as you can pass the test. Of course, you can get
Correct.
hired as a Class A driver with a year or less experience.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow,
yeah,
okay. So
so
so there is opportunity for
yeah,
those that don't have any, but there is a
right.
way you have to do. You just can't walk in the door.
No,
But
it's
but other than that, like you
right.
said, what is about 18 months is really what they want.
18 months is what they're looking for, but if you come in there with a clean driving record, in my opinion, and you ain't no knucklehead with a bad record and stuff, if you got at least 13 to 14 months, they're gonna sit down and talk to you. They're gonna talk to you. If your
Right.
background is clean, as long as you got, now I would recommend this: have your endorsements in play. And what I mean by that, have your doubles, your hazmat, and your tankers on your license.
Mhm.
Because at least they know that you're serious.
Correct.
You're trying to do
Man,
something.
listen,
You know?
we preach that all the time. Be ready,
Yeah,
right? Always,
yeah,
because if you ain't ready, somebody else is ready.
yeah.
And now you're just getting pushed to the side, right?
Yep.
Now, what about 401k? Is there stock options, or is there 401k?
Mhm.
Does the company match 3, 4, 5, 6, 7%?
Okay.
What do they offer?
On the 401k side, they match up to 3%.
Hmm.
But they have a Roth IRA. So they just changed that January of this year.
Hmm.
They have a Roth IRA, so you can pay after tax. So basically, uh, you can treat it like your own personal Roth IRA. Let's say my after tax dollars, I can just put all that into the company's Roth IRA, and I can still have my 401k going in the background, from what I was told.
Wow. So it's almost like they're allowing you to open up a brokerage account through the company.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Something similar to that. Yep. Something similar to that.
Wow.
Yep. And you have stock options. You can buy the company stock. You can buy the company stock. You sure can.
See, now that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about, right? So
Yep.
mm.
You
And
can buy
now,
fractional shares.
oh, and you can buy fractional shares. Now, is
Yeah,
that going through your Roth uh for the stock options, or how they set up? If you're
that
not
part
sure, we can wing
I'm
it.
not for sure because I haven't
Mhm,
participated in that yet, but I'm looking into that now because, like I said, some of this stuff just came about this year where they moved some stuff around,
mhm.
but it's very beneficial. Like the Roth RA, in my opinion, is better than the 401k because the Roth RA is after tax,
Correct,
right?
correct.
Whereas nothing's wrong with the 401k. The 401k is still great. It's still great because you get a company match.
Yeah,
But at least with this way, you have options. You have, you could pick and choose where you want to
yeah.
double down on your income, where you want to put
Well,
your money at.
and I would say this: something is better than nothing.
Exactly. Exactly.
But just
100%.
just the thought that you can buy fractional shares um, in the company that you work for, that is really a healthy
Mhm.
company. You know, the benefits are going, the perks are going up more and more, right?
Yep.
When we start looking at this thing. Now, there
Yep.
is a question about line haul. What's the average miles line haul run?
I'm gonna be on the safe side.
Mhm.
I don't do line haul,
Yeah.
but let's just say be prepared to drive 25 to 2,700 miles a week on the line haul.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about where you want to be anyway.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
I
Some
mean,
do more, some do less, but that's the average, I'm assuming, because
correct.
we got three sides to the line haul. You have
Hmm.
the dedicated on board, I mean extra board, and then you
Hmm.
have the system. Now the system line haul driver, he bounces around from state to state, staying in a hotel. So he's gonna get his 2,500 a week
Oh
miles
yeah,
wise.
I'm pretty sure he might get
Yep,
more than that. 'Cause he's
exactly.
staying out there. And the fact is, hey, they're putting you in a hotel every night.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you can't beat that.
Yep. And then you
Yeah.
got the dedicated. Now the dedicated has a dedicated run, whether it be from Charlotte, North Carolina to, I don't know, Tennessee, or from Charlotte, North Carolina to Atlanta, or wherever
Hmm.
you're at. That's your dedicated lane. Not unless that run counts or whatever.
Got
Now,
you.
that's pretty much, you can determine how your check is going to be every week because
Hmm.
that's your dedicated lane.
Correct.
Then the
Now,
extra board
hmm
is you'll fill in whatever's extra that's left out that has to get to that point. That's what you call the extra board. So those miles can vary because
okay,
you may be
got you.
going anywhere.
Yeah. And now there was a question down: does line haul have to work the dock? I think you answered that, but
No,
I'm just going to
no,
ask you. No,
no, no.
they have dock workers that they do
Right.
pay,
Yeah.
and I think it's safe to say, for those that are watching, if you have young family members, excuse me, that aren't quite sure what they want to do, there are a lot of dock positions with Side Motor Freight. I was
Oh
actually on
my
their
goodness.
website all over the country, man. They're hiring
Everywhere.
all over the country for different
Everywhere.
areas, right? Different things.
Mechanics, everybody.
Yeah.
They're
And
looking for
and
everybody.
and here's the thing: for those that are listening, there are a lot of office personnel work positions that are open throughout the country. They have a barista
Yep.
position in Massachusetts.
Yep.
And I said, I don't even know what that is. I said,
I
let me
know
read.
that too.
I said, what is a barista? It's in Ludlow, Mass.
Yeah.
So sky's the limit. They've got it, everything you want. If you want to be a barista, you can be a barista. You want to be a dock worker, you can be a dock worker. You want to be the dock, the transition from the dock into the truck.
Yeah.
They got it for you, right?
I've
Now,
seen a position. I ain't
mhm,
mean to cut you off. I seen
go
a
ahead.
position up there. They was looking for somebody to wash the trucks. $21 an hour.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I know.
Mm,
21
mm,
bucks an
mm.
hour to wash the trucks and trailers, of course, but still. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. I mean, in a market, in the industry right now, where depending on where you live,
Mhm.
jobs are hard to find, right? And even that number, with no education, no training behind you, let me say it
Right.
that way, right? Because
Right.
we had to get some training to do what we do. That's not bad money, and,
No.
and
Heck
it
no.
gives you an opportunity to get in with a good company, and kind of move around. I guess if you're willing to put your nose to the ground,
Mhm.
as they say, grind it out,
Mhm.
and just take each leap step, position to position, position. Um, Now, is there any kind of school reimbursement? I don't know if they have that.
That I don't know.
Mhm,
That's a good question. I know they have college tuition. Um, let's say if you have a child or a family member, whoever's going to college,
mhm.
you may be eligible to qualify for it. There's a certain thing system that you have to go through to be eligible for it. Sort of like a scholarship.
Correct. Now with that, I'm wondering, and now we're just talking in general. I'm wondering, would it have to be going to school for something that would be related to the company, right? Let's say
No,
like a,
no,
oh, it doesn't. Oh,
no.
wow.
It could be anything.
So the benefits are getting more and more and more, and more,
Yeah.
right? So now we get our vacation after a year. We get our personal days. We
Hmm.
start looking at insurance.
Hmm.
We can invest in the company along with our 401, even if we have to buy fractional shares, we can
Hmm.
do that. And hey, if we got family, we got kids, there is some financial support for going to college and reimbursement. So,
Hmm.
I don't see too many cons.
No,
Uh,
no.
I'm
I, done-
seeing
I
more
done,
pros.
I done, I trust me. I done analyze, dissect this company from the top down to the top to the bottom top, and
Correct.
I'm looking at it like, you know what? Like I said in the beginning, when a company say they're growing, that means I'm going to grow with them, which means my bank account going to grow.
Correct, correct, and that's the key. But
Hmm.
also with that bank account, them benefits are growing too.
Yes.
You,
Yep.
you know, I
Yep.
mean that's just the way it is, man. Them
Yep.
them benefits is, I mean those what you telling me, man, with those numbers. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard that in a while from a company
Hmm.
offering all that. So those are some pretty good benefits. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Hey, we got 18 in the room. I need 18 to hit that like button. It's not gonna hurt your thumb. Not at all. You know what? I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna hit it myself, and we want to get the like buttons up to what we got in the room. So those that are coming in, hit the like button. Those that are here, hit the like button while we're still on. How about that? But yeah, man. So I'm trying to think. Well, it was a couple more questions. Now, let me ask you this: you've got Saia. Saia's your bread and butter.
Yes.
Is there things that you enjoy doing outside of trucking, or things
Oh
that
my
you want to
goodness.
do for as a personal goal, maybe finances, uh, and without going into too much detail.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail. Let's
Mhm.
just say I'm more than just a truck driver. I'm an entrepreneur.
Oh,
I'm an
Arch,
entrepreneur.
got you,
Yep.
got you. You're
I had a
using the trucking to get stuff going.
correct.
Mm,
I had a previous DJ service that was very successful. Had my own cleaning service that was very professional. I mean, that was very successful. So I have come to the conclusion you need multiple streams of income, regardless of your background, whether you're a truck driver, firefighter, police officer, school teacher.
correct.
You have multiple bills coming your paycheck. I mean,
Hmm.
come in your household every day. That means you need
Yeah.
multiple streams of income to pay those bills.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Just everybody's been asking where's OB. OB just jumped on the screen for a little bit, but he should be coming up in a little bit. For those that's been wondering, OB is here, so he should be back on the screen in a short time. He's down there at the bottom taking care of some stuff, so he just popped up. He's gonna be back up in a little bit. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that, man. I'm
Yep.
with. I kind of agree with what you're saying, and I think for a lot of drivers now coming in the door,
Hmm.
if you had to do it all over with the same company, would you choose P&D or would you choose line haul? Right, because it's I think it's based on individual needs, right? Understanding what one does versus the other, right? So if you
Coming
had
in the
that to do
door,
it
I'm
again,
gonna cut
mhm,
you off right there. I'm always gonna go to P&D. That's that P&D, man. People look at it like it's hard work, man. That's my all the above. That's my
correct,
workout. That's my exercise. That's my therapy. That's my peace of mind. That's my
yeah,
comfort zone. That's my freedom. It's everything to me. I love it. I
yeah.
love it.
Give
I'm a
me, give me,
P&D.
give me my personalized dolly.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I got electric jack now.
Yeah, yeah. Give me my own dollies. I can
Yeah.
hook my own pups up. That's me. I'm a line haul guy, man.
Okay. Okay.
I've done P&D, but um, most of my experience on the LTL side is
Yeah.
90% has always been line haul. Right.
Okay.
Believe it or not, that's really my passion. And
Okay.
uh, done it over 20 years in points in between, but that's
Right.
just what I love. I don't
Yeah.
knock P&D. I just like getting out there and passing somebody. Well, now it's different. You can't pass nobody now in this truck, but I still
Right.
like to shake the tail pup every now and then.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
I
I
still
love
run
the
truck.
I love the line haul guys too, man. Because I got a couple of guys I network with the line haul, and I pick on them.
Gotcha.
When I see him, I say, "Yeah, you a steering wheel holder."
Yeah, yes. There you go. Well, you know what? I used to have a saying, right?
Mhm.
That when I worked at Jesus Christ, what company was it? Um, Arnell. That's who it was.
Okay.
And I remember I started out running the shop and everything. And I ended up at that point I would do the new hires, drivers giving the road test. Then I was doing line haul at the same time. I said,
Mhm.
man, I'm killing myself. So I ended up just switching over and stuck with line haul and everything. And from there, I said, you know what, this is it for me. This is where I want to be. This is the spot. And of course, learning how to hook the doubles up and everything was through roadway in the
Mhm.
late 90s. But that gave me like, this is what I want. And of
Mhm.
course, doing it for them and Watkins, and that was running teams back and forth to California and all that kind of good stuff. Um, that worked for me. That was my niche. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I get what you're saying. Like, nah, man, give me that P&D,
Yeah,
and
man.
it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So, but Ob, my brother, can you hear me? Do I have to take the mic off? How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm doing well. How you guys doing today?
Oh, we doing good. We doing
Doing
good, brother.
good, OB.
Hey, man. Hey, thank you for coming on to the show, Mr. Chapman.
Hey, man, I
Uh,
appreciate it, man. I appreciate
hey,
y'all.
man. Oh, man, we appreciate you, man. This is all about networking and get and approaching the trucking industry and at a different angle, right? It's
That's
an
right.
angle where people always during COVID is some people felt like they was better than others. Like, oh man, I can't believe you could be a company driver. Why would you stay a company driver? I'd rather be in control of my own mission. But it's all about what a person end goal is.
Mhm.
And to have an individual up here being very vocal about who he works with and the things of the nature is just very inspiring because we got the next generation coming up and we don't want to lead them astray, right? Want to give
Yeah.
them all of the cards so they could be able to deal with life properly. But yeah,
Correct.
man.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to be trying to do here
Yep.
on out. More and more is try to help show where we're at in life, of course. But like I said, just try to help and give people this information because there are a lot of people who are looking to transition from owner operator to W-2. And there's a lot of people that are W-2 that are looking for something that's locally and a little better overall, right?
Mhm.
Sooner or later, you realize, hey, man, you just can't run the road all your life, right? And guys are looking to transition, but they don't know where to go, and sometimes we're in the wrong room. We're trying to figure things out, but we're in the wrong room to figure it out, or we're in
Yep.
the wrong echo chamber, right? So when I hear about stuff like this, hey, I want somebody to come on, tell me everything. Like I said, if I was looking um, to leave where I was at, and nothing's in concrete, you can't just say, "Well, I'm gonna stay here for the rest of my life." It doesn't work that way. But if I was, I would check them out, and several reasons. One, the benefits. I'm just gonna be straight out. It's just gonna be the benefits, right?
Mhm.
When you telling me, hey, I can buy fractional shares of stock in the company that I work for on a separate brokerage account, and I still got my 401k. Sign me up. What do
Mhm.
you have to lose over a 10-year period? Then you say 7 years. After your 7th year, your insurance is free for you, your wife, your kids. this is free. That's another perk that you're adding into the pot. You see what I'm saying? You just adding more and more. And then you figure after about, what is it, 4 to 5 years, you've got roughly 4 weeks of
Vacation.
PTO time. Yeah.
Yep.
That's another perk. And I know somebody would say, well, so and so they pay it. Hey, we're not talking about them. We're giving you the whole rundown of what's going on, right? And to work somewhere for several years, and then all of a sudden, you're looking at not paying $6,500 a year in healthcare insurance weekly, whether you use it or not. Hey, that's a win-win. That money could go back into investing for when you can't work. It can go towards a car if you got a small child, college fund. It's a lot. I don't know about anybody else, but it's a lot I could do with an extra $6,500 a year, not a week. I apologize, a year. So that's how we're looking at it, man. And like I said, I appreciate you coming up, man. Is there anything you want to say or anything you want to add to the pot that we didn't kind of cover other than we talked about the ACT, the food there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
You know,
yeah, man. Best kept secret, but it ain't a secret no more.
no, everybody knows about it, man. Everybody
Yeah.
knows about it. And for those, if you're traveling through Hagerstown, Maryland, you stop at exit 5, ACT, I think it's 5B. Depends on which way you're going.
That's where you're
And
going. You have to
yeah,
stop.
I would recommend anybody get the 4-wing special, broccoli casserole.
Mhm.
The bread is gonna be Martina's potato
Yeah.
roll. So that's there. And
Don't sleep on
that,
those potato wedges also then. Those potato
you know
wedges.
what? I've always been the apple crisp guy. I would
Okay.
get my broccoli salad and the apple crisp, right? That's
Okay.
what I would get. And I try to get a big old pot, a big old thing, man. Like get something extra. So if you're in that area, stop there. I mean, I get it. We got to be healthy, but you know what? We don't live but once, so don't hurt to
Right.
splurge a little bit, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
anything else you want to add to the pot, my brother?
No, I think we covered it, man. Now I know, like you were saying earlier, the company's hiring for just about, I wouldn't say every position, but you
Mm-hmm.
would be surprised if you was to go to Saia.com and look under careers and put in your zip code, or just put in zip codes of states, of cities, whatever. You'll be surprised what you will see on the company website. It is overwhelming sometimes because it's so much. You got
Gotcha.
account executive, line haul driver, forklift driver, vice president of such and such,
Yeah.
payroll such and such, OS&D, and
Yeah.
you got P&D such and such. I'm like, my
Mm-hmm.
goodness.
Yeah. and that's the thing. That's why I said I seen barista.
Yeah.
I said, man, I don't even know what this is, but I got to look into it.
Yeah.
All right, there is someone in the chat asking, can we contact Chapman?
Yeah.
And is there a way you want them to contact you through TikTok?
Email address right now is
Email.
the best way. FYI, ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen out there in YouTube world, stream y'all. I'm in the process of starting my own channel like this.
Mhm.
So it'll be more professional. But as of right now, you can reach out to me at kenzochapman@gmail.com. The same way you see my name on the screen, Kenzo Chapman, spelled the same way. And just put at gmail.com. KenzoChapman@gmail.com is
Okay.
the way to reach me.
All right. And once you get yourself set up on YouTube, come back over.
Yes,
Let
sir.
us know what your channel is, and we'll push it out as much as possible.
I got your
And
phone
everything.
number there, man. I'm gonna be out
Yeah.
here.
Because we got to talk behind the scenes about some stuff anyway.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know about that the stock option it has, and then we really got to talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, but brother, I appreciate you coming on. And like I said, we will be talking behind the scenes
Thank
again.
you for having me,
And
man.
you have a blessed Saturday, and we're gonna do it again, my brother.
Thank
All
you
right,
for
have a good
thank you for
one.
everything. Appreciate
No
you.
problem. Yes, sir.
All
Bye.
right.
Mhm. All righty, Mr. OB. Let's see if we can get you off mute here. Oh.
I'm in the shop right now. So people want to know. I don't know. Let me know if I come by clear. Okay. People
Yeah,
want to
you
know.
clear.
Can you see me clearly?
I can see you clear.
All right. So, yeah, man, I'm in the shop.
You got
let's see
something
if I
on
can
your
start-
mouth. Did you just get through eating a donut?
Yeah. I'm trying to change the the camera around. Yeah, the camera.
Don't let me have to teach you how to work that phone.
I don't know, man. Just so we just got through bring some things out of the shop.
I'm gonna blow you up.
Yeah, so guys like, oh man, what OB up to, man? Well, we own a paint shop, right? Well, we do a lot of stuff, and I got a truck driver car right here. So we got to do fix the paint on this, and we out here enjoying this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. So got two shops. There's another shop on the other side. This is our clean room, and there go the paint booth and things of that nature. And this is what I'm looking out to. All right, we can see. All right. So yeah, man, that was a great interview. I was listening through my my sound system, and
Mm-hmm.
like, man, let me jump on here before I start pulling out all of the tools and getting ready to work on this vehicle.
Correct.
And here go the thing. This is a truck driver vehicle. This is his side piece car, right? He has a expensive. He owns a F-350, a
Mm-hmm.
2000 was a 22, a
Yeah.
22 F-250.
Mm-hmm.
So he just purchased this old Nissan. It's a Nissan Century, 2006. And I'm kind of like, so what's the deal? He's like, man, bring it back to life because this is going to be my new get around vehicle
Yeah.
because of my truck costs too much. He's like, man, I can afford the note, but the maintenance, the upkeep, the
The
whole 9 yards.
gas.
Yeah, he's like, man, give me a Nissan Sentra. It got a little
Yeah.
1.8 liter, and
Mm-hmm.
it's white. Paint is not all the best, so he
Yeah.
brought it to us and trying to bring that cost down.
Correct. Now,
Trying to bring,
let me ask you. Now, will you be doing a paint correction on that one, or
yeah, I'll do
okay?
a paint correction. So,
Mm-hmm.
which man, I don't know why I can't turn the damn camera up. But anyway, I'll be doing a paint correction, but right here, it got paint peel. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk into painting the front bumper, the hood, blend it
Mm-hmm.
all in.
Correct.
So we're about to paint correct this
Yeah.
and get the windows,
Mm-hmm.
polish the windows so we can remove all that road film. And but the
Correct.
interior is immaculate. I got this taped up. I have to go to the other side, but yeah, man, that's where we've been at, Theo. You know,
Yeah.
people been
Yeah.
like,
Well,
"Where's OB and
you know,
Theo?"
I know. Hey, man. You know, I know. Now, if you could,
Huh?
I know. Could you point the phone towards that paint booth again?
Oh, okay, then, yeah, man. There
Right.
you go, man. Hold
Right
on, there you go.
there. There we go. So for
Yeah.
those that don't know, that paint booth is where he does all the magic. Full car, everything can fit inside there. So everybody know OB from Dash Kings. He's
Hell
still
yeah, we
Dash
got it on the
Kings.
glass, man.
Yeah,
We got it
yeah,
on the
we
glass. They say
still
put it on
Dash
the
King.
glass, right?
There you go. Put it on the glass.
Hey, hold on. There you go.
Yeah,
We put it on the glass, man. So when the guy's like, and so we
yeah,
got the trifold doors for. We got to do some vehicles here shortly. So
correct.
vehicles, trifold doors, vehicles come in through this door right here,
Mm-hmm.
and then we bring the vehicles here, and then our clean rooms. Because somebody's gonna ask, like, "Oh, we man, how you say?" Well, this shop is massive. This is considered our clean area.
Yeah,
So on the other side of this wall is our work area where we
correct.
sand, metal fab, weld,
Mm-hmm.
do all of that dirty stuff. So when we don't want to cross contaminate and really don't want to mess up the filters on the booth. And then
Mm-hmm.
vehicles on this side is usually light work or when customers
Mm-hmm.
pull up, they come in, want to have a discussion, want to see some examples, look at paint colors and things of that nature. But yeah, and if it's
Correct.
semi. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got
Well, listen. That you started out with the semis, right? And
yeah.
that's still going. But for those that don't know, you got Dash Kings, you got DNL Design, and DNL Design does so much, especially when you look at product modification, paint repair. I know you're looking at doing a car wash facility also, or
Well,
you
yeah.
still gonna?
So
Okay.
we've already got the other side. So we
Mm-hmm.
added on to this building. So we
Okay.
do the car washes, things of that nature. I had to expand the shop insurance, and people are like, "Oh man!" No, we got the same insurance like you truckers with your own authority.
Correct.
Uh, we pay. It's a lot of coverage. So when
Yeah.
guys are like, "Oh man, you got easy," no, every vehicle that comes in this shop on my property is 100% insured, and I do have an underwriter, and it's things that I must have, like for instance, fire suppression system overhead, fire
Hmm.
suppression system. So hold on. So
So
we
you're
have
basically you're bonded then.
yes, I am
But
bonded. So we
okay.
got fire. There goes sprinklers all the way down the booth.
Hmm.
So yeah, we have to run a sprinkler system, fireproofing system, chemical pickup. We must be complying with EPA federally, EPA state, city ordinance. So all our ducks in a row. We have our CO. That's public record right there. So when you see us, you're like, man, yes, we are bona fide certified, and this is a legit auto body, which we do insurance repair, insurance claims,
Hmm.
you name it, we do it. Yeah. So there's not a hole in the wall. You know what I'm saying? It's not a hole in the wall.
It says not a hole in the wall.
No, it ain't a hole in the wall. No, we got the big old American flag right there. I got a toolbox. That makes me official.
Yeah, you
There
got
you
about
go.
two or three back there.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how much tools you actually got in that place. It's a lot. It's
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, yeah,
And,
man.
and when people are like, hey, man, how do you get here? Right?
Hmm.
How do you go from working out your garage to having over 4,000 square footage and licensed, bonded, certified? You can't
Hmm.
give up hope. You cannot depend on other people to keep you motivated.
Correct.
You have to remember something. See how I am in this shop? This is a massive shop. It's massive.
Hmm.
I got a,
Oh,
got a
listen,
workload.
I'll be the first to tell everybody it is a lot bigger in person, and
Yeah,
I've seen it myself. It's a lot bigger in person than what you can see now. I would definitely say that. And now adding the third extension, third bay to it, it's even bigger. So
yeah.
you're not going to really get a full graph just looking at it from that point of view. You have to step in. So those that need some work, stop by.
And so we've always believed in, man, you got to be motivated. No matter where you get it in life, you got to remember when you look around, when you start celebrating, getting on your knees and thanking the good Lord, it's going to be you and Him. It's always just going to be you and Him. So when people are like, "Oh man, you get it," you got to start to get the ball rolling. Networking. This was not possible by myself entirely. Okay, it's networking. It's speaking with people. You got to put yourself around like-minded people that understand the end game, not instantly. You got to go long term. And long term being is you really have to look at your plan of life and say, what are you in it for? And what is the return you are looking for? Like, for instance, guys are like, hey, man, you a car wash. I don't wash cars. No, I clean vehicles. I detail vehicles. We do paint
Yeah.
corrections.
Hmm.
You're not going to come to me and I'm not catering and saying, okay, I'm out here washing $40 cars. No, that's not what I do. We specialize in paint, auto body repair, modifications. Now, if you got a car like this, you're like, hey, D,
Yeah.
I need it cleaned up. I'm gonna tell you the correct way. Okay, we're gonna do a decon wash, we're gonna clay it, and then we're gonna get her all pure clean, and then we are gonna paint correct the vehicle. And if anything over there you're unsatisfied with, then the next stages are a paint job. But we are gonna allow you to go through all the steps so you can see for yourself.
Correct.
So you got to have an end goal and you got to really study on what you want and be very knowledgeable. And don't be
Hmm.
afraid to take a risk. Okay. Um, I stepped out of here. I had a shop in Fort Worth, Texas.
Hmm.
And Theo came and visited me. You guys remember when Theo came and visit? And I asked Theo opinion. I asked Theo. I was like, Theo, he was in the Tesla. Theo, man, do you feel comfortable with your car being out here? What you say, Theo?
That's nah. I got to sit in it. I got to be here all day while you're doing the work. You know what I mean? There's no way it's going to happen. And the location wasn't the best. It was a good starter shop. Let me
Yeah,
say that. It was a good starter shop. The location wasn't the best because you didn't have anywhere to put the vehicle. For us, the inside, it was real small. It was hot. I mean, I walked in there and the devil slapped my face. Like, good God Almighty, man, how you dealing with this? It was
yeah,
hot, but it was a means to an end. You know,
yeah,
uh, I knew what he was trying to do. He knew what he was trying to do. And once this opportunity here came up, look at he's got his Dash Kings on everything. And look, you got to
yeah,
show that. You got to show the skull. You got to show it one time. There you go, the
yeah,
Dash King skull. So, but like I said, once this opportunity came available, hey, it was a no brainer, to go
yeah,
with this and everything. And like you said, you're bonded. So when those people that drop their vehicles off, it is insured. You don't have to worry about it. And
yeah.
that's good. That right there telling a customer that um, it gives them a sigh of relief. It's like, okay, I don't mind dealing with that. And let's not forget, for those that you're willing to bring your truck down and have some work done, guess what? There is truck parking behind the building. So
Hmm.
he,
Thank
pretty
you,
much able
Theo.
to facilitate you guys. And I know how it is. A lot of people, man, I got to come down with a load and bring my truck. If it's gonna be, 5 days, I'm gonna get in the hotel. Well, you can put the trailer right there.
Yeah, so
It's
we
one
could
for
we could
you. Mhm.
facilitate car haulers, 53-foot trailers. We could dry van, reefers, end dumps. You name it, we could facilitate it. Everything is under camera, so I still get to. Uh, so we have over 52 cameras on this property. Um, our our doors are 16-foot tall. Those 16-foot tall doors. So we have 4 bays available, and then we have outside. We work on semis, cars. So we specialize in making things purty. Okay, that's what we do. We don't do mechanic work. I'm not doing nothing mechanical. Okay, we don't change oil. We ain't doing no tires. We make things purty. Anything you desire, that's what we do. We specialize in motorcycles, which we're gonna drop some videos on some motorcycles we have done. We have our next door neighbor does Lamborghinis. So that's an authorized performance shop that does a lot of Lamborghinis. My other neighbor does all the classic vehicles. So you are surrounded. Our shop is located in the heart of nothing but blessings. Okay. You can think of it. We also do upholstery. We do upholstery on the other side of the shop. So we do upholstery all indoors. Everything is here, right? Climate control. You don't see a sweat. It's not hot in this shop. And of course, it's got to be climate control because the things that we do, especially with that paint booth right there. Okay. And there go the exhaust right there. But yeah, I wish I had more. If I walk out this area, this is where the Wi Fi is, and show you guys the other side, which I'll post a video, a short, so you guys get a kind of feel of what official business doing. Film and me, Theo, we are going to run our podcast out of this area too. Yes, we are working on adding additional space
Yeah.
for the podcast. So all you truck drivers coming through DFW, you are going to have the candy shop, the make things purty. That's what this place is going to be called. Make things pearly. So you can
Yeah.
come in, you jump on the podcast, do your thing, and hey, we changing the world, man. We told y'all.
Hey,
We
man.
we step back.
Yeah.
We
We had
step
to.
back.
Had to. We had to. Hey, man, we eating that elephant one bite at a time. That's what
Yes.
we do. Eating that elephant one bite at a time. And you're located pretty in a good area where it's
Oh yeah.
truck
You there go the
accessible.
highway behind me. All
Yeah.
truck route. It's all
Yeah.
truck route. If y'all pull up DNL Designs, Innovation, Terrell, Texas. We located in Terrell, Texas, off Highway 205. And if you've been through Terrell, Texas, right down the street from the TA to QT, all of the truck
Mm,
stops, we own a truck route and got truck parking, truck driveway, the whole 9 yards is all commercial. So
yes.
that's where we are located. And but yeah, Theo, man, that's what we got up and we about to
Do a
get
little work.
working on this century. It's light work Saturday. So Monday we will be working on Peterbilt 389 supposed to be coming into the shop, where we did a full custom job. We are doing a frame all the way up, a restoration. We've been working
Mhm.
on this truck since August of last year.
Yeah,
So with all the moving and going through the city and the fire marshal, EPA, getting all my certifications, passing everything, we couldn't have the truck on the property while going through all of the necessary procedures.
correct.
But now, since we got all our stuff, all ducks in a row,
Hmm.
now we are going to bring the 389 into the shop, do cool ass videos, and it's owned by a
Yeah,
female out of
yeah, yeah,
Mississippi,
yeah. We're gonna be.
that
Yeah,
owns a fleet of trucks.
we'll be talking with her. Yeah,
Yeah,
we thought we was gonna talk with her in December, but things got pushed back, right?
yeah,
And that's how it happened. It works that way. And she's been very patient, and I want give a shout out to her for that. Now, for those that don't know, you said something that was very important. You're not just doing this as a fly by night homeboy shop. You have went and got certified for everything possible that you can do.
yeah. 3M. So
Mhm.
certified with 3M. I'm certified with Holy Grail, Merzerna, and a couple more companies. So, like equipment that I use is Rupes. I use a lot of 3M products. They're just one of the big old DAs, the 3Ms. I utilize Rupes. If anybody know anything about Rupes,
Yeah,
Rupes. We use quality stuff because guess what? It has to come with a warranty, and I don't want anybody to be filing on my insurance claims for unnecessary bull. Right?
there you
We
go.
want to make sure it, that I give customers the best quality out there. But at the same time, I do have overhead. I spend just as amount of money as any other shops out there. We have to follow the same rules. We
Correct.
have to be compliant, state, federally, local, state, federal. So it's just different because my end goal, to let you guys know, I want to own one of the biggest chrome shops here in Texas. So
Mm,
we are aiming to be one of the biggest truck accessories in-house, custom made in the state of Texas. So we
got you.
started all on the right foot. We don't give up. We love everything. And I tell you something right now. Don't give up on your dreams. And always remember, you got to work for what you want. Ain't shit gonna come to you for free.
No.
Nothing's gonna come for free.
Mm-mm.
Man, I got my little flowers. But Theo, look at well, hello, Theo. I got my little
Oh, I
flowers.
forgot you.
Yeah,
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot you when you
yeah.
went there that Saturday to get all that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got the doors. Those my doors down there too. So
Hmm.
those my
Yeah.
doors, and I
Well,
got my little
listen.
smoke ashtray on my
Yeah,
door right here.
he finally got that up there. When I came down when the shop was getting set up, and I'm like, "Where am I gonna smoke?" He said, "You ain't gonna smoke in here." And I'm walking all across the street just have a Newport cigarette. I'm like, "Man, I'm about to get ran over for a cigarette. This is crazy."
Oh man,
But if you a smoker, you got a little area where you can put the butt set and everything. And it's still more to come with the shop. I know some other
yeah.
things you talk about setting up and everything. And I don't think a lot of people realize what a shop like this,
Uh, well,
the
man.
kind of the stuff that you had to go through for a certification through the state.
Oh man, we got to talk about that on a man with
On
the
another show.
certification.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Them people on Facebook and YouTube lying, talking about you want a turnkey operation. I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me tell you
Mm-mm.
right now. Let me give you some game. If you think about getting a CO in the year 2023, I'm talking about moving into a building and getting you a CO, certificate of occupancy. All right, the first thing they are going to look for is fire suppression system. You see those pipes? You see those pipes? Those pipes ain't just pipes. You're going to need the riser room. You're going to need the fire marshal to come through. You're going to need a subcontractor, which has to be federally licensed and certified to install it. And then you need to find a water source. So, the long story being said, if you plan on a shop budget of, let's say, $80,000, just 80, you think, okay, they'll cover my tools, my lease, my rent, a couple supplies. Say, man, and you don't have a fire suppression, I can tell you right now, more than 60% of that gross amount is going to
Yeah.
go right there, putting water in the building. And some people won't believe me. Let me show y'all this right here. There go water. There go the main water right there to the paint booth.
Yeah.
That big old valve.
There
See
you
that?
go. Yeah.
Say, man.
And it was just the fact that you had to run a sprinkler system inside the paint booth.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Where
the
the
fire
vehicle
started
doesn't even run.
Yeah, there you go. And trust me, it's well contained in that paint booth, you know. But
Yeah.
like you said, man, it's been a journey. Things are going the way you wanted to go. We talked about this, and like you said, we both had to step back and say, all right, you know what? Let's just do what we got to do. Step back, and when it's time to come back, we come back. You know. Do our
Okay.
thing.
Somebody asked me the address. Address is 15898 15898 Highway 205, Carroll, Texas. Suite
Yeah.
23. That's where you'll find me. That's DNL Designs and Innovations. Uh,
Yeah.
what Triple D got right here?
He said,
He said fix it for the low. The only thing gonna be low is your emotion for scratching it in the first place.
yeah.
That's see.
Well, you know
Man,
what? If he wanted fix it for the low, he come up here to Arrow Shy, and we'll take care of him.
Aaron Shive is up there on prices.
Yeah.
Right.
For those that want the hookup, we gonna see you up in Connecticut. Now you're gonna ask yourself, if you're gonna work to drive always up here and pay all these tolls, and I'm doing everything outside. So you might as well pay the money, man. But if you can't afford it, we will accommodate you up here in Connecticut. Don't worry about it. We got you.
Man, we get you finance. Okay, we can get you finance.
Get your
You
90
want
day
that place,
finance.
y'all? You want a candy? You want candy? I know you want candy. We can get you finance. We
Yeah,
really
man.
can. We really can. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's another show. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to go to my work cart. I'm about to get ready to get on this vehicle because the clear coat is still good. I'm gonna do an in
Mhm.
depth about this. Some people think they need a paint job because their clear coat or the car paint looks kind of hazy or faded. Usually that's not the case. Hold on.
Correct.
Usually that's not the case. Usually just need some love to it. I can hear the guys like, "Oh man, well you got to be careful with it because you can't burn the paint. You don't want to burn it." And now, with me being a professional and having a shop and all those good things, if I
Mhm.
did burn the paint, I will be repainting that for free, no expense to the customer whatsoever. But I don't
Correct.
want to be cranking up that paint booth. Like just like y'all don't want to crank up your truck for TQL for 50 cents a mile, I don't want to crank up my paint booth for free. No, no, but yeah.
Oh man, I got you. But hey, man, we gonna we're gonna just about end it. I'm gonna give a shout out to a couple of
Okay.
people. One man came by, Hazmat Slim, DB215, of course. T Hill came by, heavyweight stuck his head in for a minute. 125 came in, and Urban Network came by. Urban, if
Yeah.
you're listening, brother, hit me up on Facebook. I have been calling you to check on you to see if you've been okay because I haven't seen you in about 6 months. So, Urban Network, if you are still out there, hit me up either on Facebook. I think you still got my number. Hit me up. I just want to call you and see how you're doing. But hey, man, for everybody that came in, Mr. Chapman and everybody, we want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart because, generally I'm not the one working all the stuff in the background. So, it was a new adventure for me. And hey, I was just happy to be able to bring myself to the screen, right?
Yeah, but you did a great job though, baby. Just give yourself a clap on the back. You all
Yeah,
right.
there's a Newport dipped in chocolate waiting on me. So This my cheat day. You see what I'm saying? It's my cheat day, so I got to get my Newport dipped in chocolate. But listen, man, everybody that came in, we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all hit the like button. You showed up. You showed out, especially on that like button. And hey, we're gonna be back in another couple of days, and we're gonna start back going regularly. Like I said, we're gonna try to make sure it's both of us, but if it's not, it's gonna be one of us. And hey, I'm gonna be doing some more interviews with different people, not just in trucking. So y'all look for that. And other than that, man, hey, everybody stay prayed up. You got anything you want to add to it, Pimp? Look, Fine Colors finally coming in late.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
well, them people over in that California, that blue state, they're always late. But you know what? We glad when they show up.
Y'all didn't get.
We always
I
glad
know.
when they show up.
Oh man, no, I want to say to everybody out there, man, y'all just stay prayed up seriously, and stay diverse in your mindset. Okay, don't get locked into just thinking that you got to take whatever that life throws at you. You
Yeah.
don't, baby. You don't, man.
Mhm.
Y'all just hit that like, subscribe, please share this channel. We would like to grow, and we are well invested into you. Okay.
Yeah.
So the things that we are bringing to you guys, because we invested into you and we believe in you. And then some of y'all want to know the way, and some of y'all want to know, hey man, how can I take $5,000 and turn it into 320? Or how do I get business credit? Or tell me the truth about business credit. And that's
Correct.
what we're going to start discussing. Like this shop, most of the stuff is on business credit. Okay. I'm
Mhm.
telling you right now, I'm not a rich man, but I was able to finance my dream. I thought of it, made a call. Okay, here you go. Get what you need. And there's a
Correct.
lot of small things that in business people don't talk about, down to that tape that I just put on the vehicle.
Yes.
Somebody got to pay for it. The bottles, the bottle holders, the I got my chemicals, a little bit chemicals down there. Each drawer on there is full. Big shop over there, big tool chests. I got four big old tool chests, and I got some in the other bay, and I got multiple courts. It's a lot of this stuff that's not being discussed, and people are like, oh, what's the real cost of starting a business? Depends what industry you want to go in, but we are going to start discussing this on the channel. And you guys
Correct.
know Theo, he's very thorough on who he's bringing up and the topics of discussion. So you
Correct.
guys got to hit the comment section and tell us what you want to talk about or what you want to hear. Other than
Yeah.
that, man, that's all I think I got, Theo.
All right, brother. Hey, we gonna send it out. And hey, listen, man, everybody, we appreciate y'all coming in, and we're gonna do it again. We out.